Hello.
I'm not happy.
Now, this is interesting because this is a first and also a second. Welcome back, by the way, to Wheel Takes, a podcast that is about the Wheel of Time, a series of novels by Robert Jordan. I'm Gus. I've read all of them.
And I'm Allie, and I'm not happy.
This podcast contains spoilers for what Allie's already read, and again, today that's going to be... I didn't even say what it was yet. Today, it's everything up to and including Knife of Dreams, Chapter 5. And this is not the first time we've recorded this podcast.
No, one of the reasons I'm not happy.
Here's the thing. We recorded an entire episode about this podcast last week because
Yes.
Allie was going to be out of town this weekend.
It's true.
And
I was at a funeral.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I had the worst weekend of my life. No, it's not the worst weekend of my life. I've definitely had worse weekends, but it was up there. It was in the top 5 for sure. Because I went to the funeral of my best friend since I was 5 years old's mother, which was really, really fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know, you sit there and you're like, okay, I know my parents will probably pass away at some point. You kind of like intellectualize that and you're like, that will be a thing that happens and that will really suck when that happens, because if it follows a natural order, that's what will happen. You don't really, I think, ever prepare for watching your friends lose parents.
Right.
Like that fucking sucked. So that sucked. Right after the funeral, we find out that my parents' dog, I was staying with my parents, got hit by a car.
Is okay.
She's fine. She got hit by a car and thrown across the street, but she is fine. Thank God. But I had to figure out how to get her to an emergency vet. All right. And that was like vaguely traumatic for everyone. Then I get a call from Gus that our episode that we had recorded about 2 chapters that made me incredibly fucking grumpy already were deleted because a computer crashed.
Yeah, and you know, I saved the episode. The second we were done, I know,
you always do. You're
but
very
I left
responsible.
Audacity open, and apparently, even if it's saved, if Audacity is open, and then the computer shuts down unexpectedly, it just corrupts the file. So
that was frustrating
we're
for
back
everyone.
Once again.
Here's the thing, though. I am always a cockeyed optimist. Emphasis on the cock.
You
God
have gone
damn
from funeral talk to dick jokes in under a minute.
It's what Laura would have wanted.
It probably is.
So here's the thing. Yeah, shout out to Laura. This episode is dedicated to Laura, unless it's so unhinged that I retract
It's
that
going to be
statement.
unhinged.
Okay,
Listen,
so it's not at all
We
dedicated
haven't
to
had
Laura.
to do a re-record in a long time. It used to be when we were podcasting in the closet that we would have the wrong microphone selected and we couldn't tell.
Sometimes that would happen. And so we've had to re-record before.
It's been a minute.
It's been a second. But what I remember about re-recording from the old closet days is that the second recording is always so unhinged.
It's a lot weirder.
I feel like the metal chest was brought to you by a second recording.
No, the metal chest was the first time we did 5 episodes in a week, and it was also the first time that we were drinking while recording. Always drink responsibly.
That's true. Yeah.
And it was early COVID.
Oh yeah.
It was a mix.
That was the time.
But listen.
Okay, so if I remember, so this might be like the funniest, dumbest episode
honestly,
ever.
I feel bad because the obviously I'm not gonna hype up the lost episode, but the original recording of this episode was pretty unhinged already.
I know. So I'm like, how unhinged is this episode gonna fucking get?
Now, for people who are wondering where's episode 7, people who are wondering why are we doing Knife of Dreams now, Knife of 7, episode 7 and 8 breakdowns of season 2 are coming. They take a really, 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 really long time.
And I lost a really good friend this week.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, friend's mom, but friend.
So
yeah,
they're coming.
I took a week off.
Yeah.
So apologies, but also I'm not sorry about it.
Right.
You know, like I did what I needed to do.
So in lieu of that for right now, we're going to go ahead and go back to the books because, you know, the books are what brought us here in the first place. The books are our touchstone.
I have a quarrel with the books.
You have a quarrel with the books.
I have a quarrel.
Yes.
These chapters did not make me happy, Gus. I am grumpy already.
No, I
because
understand.
of all the things I've been through.
Yes.
To talk about these and also all that I've been through with these books, because to talk about these chapters twice For this to happen with these 2 chapters, and you're going at home, what is wrong with these chapters? Everything.
I remember the first time we recorded this, you kept going, don't actually worry about me. But if you want to, you can.
Don't actually worry about me at all. I'm totally fine. I'm not, but I'm totally fine because people are very sweet. Okay. People are very sweet. And when I get angry with the books, they're like, oh no, Allie's going to stop reading. I'm in now. I'm a completionist. I'm going to finish these fucks. And I love them. Okay. I've heard people say that I don't love them. I do. Why would I talk for 7 hours about something I didn't like? I'm not every person on Twitter. Okay. I'm mostly hinged. So, okay, here's the thing. All right. I love these books with a passion, but they hurt me like some kind of bad boyfriend. They don't love me like I love them.
Now,
here's the thing, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, please.
That interruption was feminist.
It was merited.
Because it was a woman interrupting a man. So it's already unhinged. I'm loving it. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. I forget what I was going to say. I really do. I really need you to jump back in.
All right. So here's the thing. It's been 2 months since we've done a book episode, and historically...
No, here's the thing. Actually, I remember what I was going to say. Here's the thing. So everybody gets really sweet, and they're like, oh no, Allie's going to not like the books. Da-da-da. No, we're fine. My relationship with the books is actually fine. This is normal. Couples fight, and mommy and daddy still love each other. We're not going to get a divorce like Tommy's parents, okay? We're just going through a little bit of a rough patch. I need to be allowed to have the journey the way I have the journey. And right now, Perrin Slander Hour Part fucking 3 is coming to you live.
It was going to be the Everyone Slander Hour. We're going
to
lean more towards Perrin.
Oh, no. Everyone's slandered today.
This is the Everyone Slander Hour.
You know what? And last episode, I was really grumpy too, in addition to everything that happened. And I'm going to tell this story again. Because I was trying to give the dog a bath.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember this?
Yes,
I was so pissed. It
was 4 days ago, 5 days
I was covered in water. And the dog did not actually get a bath.
Because the dog didn't want to go in the bath.
Because the dog is afraid of water. Okay? The dog is afraid of water, which is a problem because he smells. And I can't handle smell. So I spend fucking $80 to get him groomed every now and then, which is ridiculous. He's a short-haired dog and he can take a bath. The thing that worked with Schooner, right? Not to compare the 2 dogs because they're different people. Yes, I said people. They're different people. They have different personalities. But what worked with Schooner is I would put peanut butter on the other side of the tub. You gonna give me a little cry? Wow.
You can have part of mine. Here you go.
Wow. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
He
made me a cake today because he knew I was going to be very upset when I came home. From scratch.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So you know what? But
and
fuck
I made
you.
The frosting
but fuck you because you didn't get me a LaCroix. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was an amazing cake.
I rigged up a double boiler to melt the chocolate. It's a very fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I have a really good husband. I'm bragging. And I don't care. I'm bragging. So anyway, it was an amazing cake. So I tried to give this dog a bath. So it was the Everyone Slander Hour, including the dog, because I lined the other side of the tub. There was literally not even an inch of water. Centimeters of water were in this tub.
At this point, I
just wanted him to get his feet in.
We had reduced it to get the dog to go into the bathtub with water in it.
I'm not spending $80 every couple weeks on a groomer.
Every couple weeks? How
yes.
often do you wash a dog?
Like every 3 weeks. I know.
Well,
look at me trying to save our family money. So I was like, this is ridiculous.
I knew this, but somehow it's still surprised me.
And also, we can't take him to the groomer right now because there's the scary upper respiratory infection going or virus or something going around in dogs. So they're saying don't bring their dog to the groomer. So I was already in the process of trying to teach the dog to take a bath. And before anyone tells me something I've already tried, because it's going to drive me insane if I hear one more suggestion from a well-meaning person that I have already tried. I line the other side of the tub with treats, right? Of course. I line it with peanut butter. That's what I do with Schooner, and that convinced him to take a bath. And I put no water in there, right? And I just dump as much as I can on the dog with a cup, right? There's no filled tub. It's just like a layer of water on
You're
the
essentially
bottom
giving
of
the
tub.
dog a sponge bath.
I'm essentially giving the dog a sponge bath. And no, he doesn't like the hose. And no, he doesn't like the shower. The tub is the only thing he'll actually get in, right? So I was like, okay, I'm going to desensitize him to the tub. So I've been feeding him in the tub every day, his food with no water in it, right? Desensitizing him to the tub. And the first time, this is how scared he is of the tub and of all water. The first time I put food in the tub, he barked at me.
Oh, I remember that.
He was mad at me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. You sack up and get in that tub. Don't bark at me because you're too much of a wuss to get in an empty tub. We have a
This
very
is with
convivial
all the
relationship.
love. He is, by the way, he is very soundly asleep,
Oh,
snuggled up next to us.
There's
right
no one
now.
I love more than Gus and this dog
Yes,
and the
yes.
cats. Like I love, and I don't actually speak to him this well
No.
until he barked at me. And then I was like, suck up and get in the tub. My God. But I didn't yell at him. I never yell at the dog. I've never yelled at the dog in his life. So anyway, I just sternly speak. So, okay. So he has finally gotten to a point where he's comfortable getting in the tub on his own with no water in it. So I was like, okay, now is the first attempt. And I don't want to force him into the tub because that's not going to help, right? That's going to make it worse. His relationship with water is already bad. So, and I don't know what happened to him in a previous, in his previous life, in the previous parts of his life. So
Or with, he's a rescue.
He's a rescue
so,
dog.
We don't know.
And he's new to like all of the things that we're teaching him. And frankly, I was desensitizing him to a lot of other more pressing things first, like the car and other dogs, because some other dogs freak him out, right? So I was desensitizing him to other more important and pressing matters first. And now he's finally in a position where I'm like, okay, he's desensitized to like all of the important shit. So now let's like save $80 every 3 weeks. So, okay, we're at the tub. I line the other side of the tub with peanut butter.
And cheese.
Wait.
I'm
First
ahead. I
it's
get
just
ahead of
peanut
it.
butter.
All
You
right.
get it ahead of the story. I line the other side of the tub with peanut butter. Not enough. I'm like sitting there waiting for him because he loves peanut butter. I'm sitting there waiting for him to have an aha moment, but he can tell he puts his feet up on the side, but he won't put his feet in the water. And I was like, okay, I got to up the ante, right? I get in the tub to show him that there's nothing to be afraid of. Still not enough. I'm pruning rapidly. I tell Gus, bring me some cheese. I'm sprinkling cheese on the side of the tub. Sprinkling a generous portion of cheese. More cheese than he's ever gotten to eat in his life. And he still won't get in the tub. I put jerky bits all along the side of the tub. No dice. The dog puts one toe in the water at one point and then refuses to even look at me ever again. So I'm in a standoff with the dog.
This went on
for 90 minutes.
Immediately before we
minutes.
recorded take one of this podcast.
So I was pissed. He put one toe in. What a wuss. Anyway, I love him, but what a wuss. So, I'm guiding him through this. We went back to square feeding him in the tub with no water in it. He's back doing that. He's happy as a clam, but we're going to keep trying. And hopefully we'll desensitize.
Listen, he was vaulting into the tub for his food this week.
For you.
Yeah. Which doesn't make sense.
Because he knows I'm a fucking wuss. And I love him so much. I'm strict. Okay. We have a bully breed. We have a pit bull. I'm a strict mom because I'm like, you don't get second chances that other people get in this world. Right? Like, it's a very different thing if he goes ape shit on another dog than if a Chihuahua does. It's just different, right? And I get that. And so we're very, very not strict in a mean way, but strict in a we love you and we want to have very clear and firm boundaries, except for I'm also a bit of a wuss when it comes to the dog. Like I love him so much. I just want him to love me as much as I love him.
Well, it's funny because
I have anxious attachment with the dog. I'm constantly Googling whether or not he really loves me.
He's currently 4 or 5 weeks out of and I promise we're going to talk about Wheel of Time.
We're not going to talk about Wheel of Time.
You did this last time. You kept delaying because you didn't want to
I don't want to talk about these chapters. I'm mad at the chapters and I'm mad at the book and I'm mad at all of you.
We will get there, but it's funny because 5 or so weeks ago we had surgery for torn CCL and we had to give him so many pills that we were giving him pill pockets, 4 or 5 pill pockets a day, and the pill pockets taste
this
way,
whole
way
thing.
better than dog food.
Everything
And-
tastes better than dog food.
Yeah. And so now he doesn't want to eat dog food unless it has, treats.
Now I
specifically
have
cheese.
to. Well, before
But-
I was
wait.
gaslighting the dog by pretending to put human spices on it.
Yeah.
Where I just kept the cap on the spices and then he'd get all excited and then I'd pull it out of the microwave and then he would eat it.
But
Which of course was humiliating.
Here's the thing. I remember we had to go out of town briefly at one point. We saw a movie or something. We had to have a sitter there because he needed constant attention because of the surgery. And you were demonstrating this for the sitter. You were like, look at this, it'll work. And you pull the food out of the microwave, you put it down in front of him, you stared at it, and he stared at you. And the sitter was like,
It did not work.
it did not.
And I was like, you fuck. I love him so much. I love him so much.
But it's
He's the best dog ever. He really is the best
wonderful.
dog ever.
No, we adore him.
But he plays me like a fucking fiddle.
and it's funny because it got to the point where Allie would have to sprinkle just a little bit of cheese.
Just a little bit of cheese.
on his food, and then he would eat it.
And then he would eat it.
And interestingly, Allie was gone this weekend for the funeral.
Gus is a ball buster with the dog.
And-
The dog knows he can't get away with shit.
And I consistently forgot to put cheese on his food. He didn't miss a beat. He started eating the second I put the food down in front of him.
I'm being played. Here's the thing about this. We had a dog, before Petey, we had Schooner. Schooner was walking trauma. I loved that dog with every fiber of my soul. But every issue you could name, he came with. He had every chip on every block, right? There was not a shoulder left unchipped. And he, it was like he was whittled on those shoulders. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he became, very slowly over time, the best dog on the planet.
Yes.
We worked very hard to make him comfortable with being alive.
Yeah.
The normal things.
With other dogs.
Other
with
dogs.
being alone.
Cars. Being alone.
Walking past
Potty
anything.
training. Literally everything.
Except people. He loved people.
He loved people, but he had never lived in a house and he had never felt safe in his life. And so he did not know what to do with it. And it confused and terrified him that water.
He was also,
Everything. And that's fine. We loved him and he got through it. And it was he was the most amazing dog on the planet. We'd do it all again. But it was like having Lieutenant Dan in your house.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He was
from Forrest Gump.
like a traumatized veteran with tons of scars and a great personality. Petey is traumatized in a different way, right? But it's I brought a manipulative little frat boy into my house because he knows how beautiful he is. He knows how adorable he is. He doesn't have a blender face like Schooner did. Schooner had a lot of scars.
Schooner had a lot of
A
scars.
lot of scars. Petey, meanwhile, it's he's a jovial football linebacker. Mm-hmm. Just a heart of gold, but also he's got a little streak of I am so good looking and so endearing that I can get what I want from my mother just by batting my eyelashes. And it's true. I'm such a sucker for his face. But my God, he just plays me. He's because one time I was working with a trainer because I'm not a professional, right? And so there were a couple things where I was I want a professional to talk to because, these are some traumatic things that he's been through and we're just desensitizing him to things. And she calls me one day and she goes, unlike Schooner, Petey's different. And I was I know. Yeah, he's a totally different dog. Amazing. Also the best dog I've ever had. They're tied, but very different boys. And she goes, Schooner was really smart. He learned things so fast. He was so, easy to train, easy boy, really just wanted to please. Clearly was I'm finally in a safe place for the first time and just want to do what they want.
I want all the points.
Yeah, he wanted every point. She's Petey, it's weird. He'll do what you want, but you have to be holding a treat in your hand or he won't do it. And he's so stubborn and stuff. And she's and he kind of looks at you he doesn't know what you want, even though he knows what you want. And I was like, are you trying to tell me my dog is stupid? And she goes, no. And I was like, are you telling me he's so pretty? And she just starts laughing. She goes, he's the prettiest boy I've ever seen. And we just start laughing. But then I realized when I had him home again, I was like, he's not dumb. He's actually really smart.
He's holding out on you.
He's really smart and he's really stubborn in a way that like Schooner was never stubborn. He was always like, oh my God, please don't put me on the street again. Though Gus and I would joke sometimes. This has become a dog podcast.
Listen, we will eventually have to talk about
No, I don't want to. I will talk about literally anything. Give me the phone book. So I'm sorry. I don't mean it. I'm just mad at the book.
You're frustrated
the book's
because
going in the freezer, by the way, after this episode.
These two particular chapters are Let's Make a Deal with the Slavers and then Crown of Swords 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Somebody's fast forwarding and it's like, are they still fucking talking
They just heard me say Crown of Swords and they're like, oh, good, we're back. Joke's on you.
We're still talking about my dog. So, okay. Yeah, but he's a beautiful but manipulative soul. And I love him so much. I love him with every fiber of my being. But he's so smart. He's like, I know that dad is not going to do what I want, but mom is a patsy. Because the second I came home, and I gave him food,
he was like, where's my cheese?
He like looked at me and was like, I'm not eating. And I'm not mentally stable enough to deal with the fact that my dog's not eating because I will run screaming into the emergency room if I like see that. But he's done it enough times now. And I, of course, have made them do every blood test, everything to make sure he's okay. He is just like, mom will give me a little, and it's like the tiniest pinch before the vets come in our comment. Mm-hmm. It's the tiniest pinch of cheese. It's like nothing. There's like practically no cheese in there, but he knows. He's so smart. How does he know?
Now, here's the thing. Speaking of giving people things, we have had so many incredibly kind
Oh my gosh, we
patrons.
forgot about the
No, we didn't forget. I tried to segue into this 15 minutes ago.
Oh, well, I'm not going to let you.
It's not a big deal. It's been 2 months, and many kind-hearted people have pledged to the Patreon or upgraded their pledges or given us little one-time things for the dog. Very sweet of you. You didn't have to do
amazing.
that. In the interest of not having people have to be thanked in an episode called The Everyone Slander Hour, 23 minutes in, I propose that as of our next Knife of Dreams episode, we are going to start doing 5 a week until we're caught up.
Okay.
So to all of this very kind people who have pledged, who are waiting patiently, we are very grateful to you. Thank you for your patience. I promise your thank yous are coming.
You will not be slandered this episode.
You will not be slandered this episode or at any point.
You're the only people that are not getting slandered. Everyone else, hold into your asses. We're going to start with the A's.
Almond Bunt.
Oh, I do like Almond
He's a
Bunt.
nice guy.
Where you been, though? Slacker?
Well, he was a book 1 character.
Where you been?
In book 1. Chillin'.
Almond Bunt you off the page.
We're gonna
No.
what else can we talk
actually
about? Take a really quick.
I saw a bird
We're
today.
gonna take an ad break before we start the first chapter. Welcome back. Allie,
Not welcome.
you
No
know
one's
what I need to
welcome
know? I need to know where
No.
we left off.
here. I don't care. I'm having a bad week.
It was the...
And I don't care. I'm mad at Robert.
Why?
What? Why? Okay, chapter 4 is Perrin making a deal with the slavers. I'm against slavery.
There is a lot of that
and
going
I will
around.
die on that hill. Okay? I think that says only good things about me.
Yeah.
I should be awarded a medal. No, I should not. This should be bare minimum kind of shit. If you're like, but nuance. No, wrong. There's no nuance. Okay, next. And so all of the Shan-Chan are evil, bad people, and I hate them. Okay, second, the 5th chapter of this book is just dinner with a dash of assault. It was assaulty. I'm feeling.
I think you described it as
salty about that assault.
There's a TikTok sound.
Okay. Because Crown of Swords was so traumatizing that you got me a cactus.
I did.
And then you promptly killed my cactus.
I put it in my shoe.
And it developed a fungus.
My feet are very clean. I don't know how this happened.
Because it's
We're not talking about my feet on the internet, though.
Oh, we're talking about.
No, we're not. Moving on.
All right, Gus has a weird toenail.
I can't do that. No, moving on.
He does have a weird.
I do. Moving on.
But it's like cute.
All right, moving on.
Okay, so here's.
No, you can't see it. Moving on.
Okay, so here's the thing. I can't see it. No,
you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, Gus has never shown me his feet. Weird fact about our relationship.
It's like never nudes.
Yeah, but just feet.
Just my feet. That's not true. Go ahead.
That would be so weird.
It would be maybe. Yeah,
I'm going to put a character in something where that's true. Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing. Then I felt like I read a crown of cactus.
By the way, I did buy you another
cactus
cactus.
of sorts.
I bought you a stuffed cactus.
Yes, because we couldn't kill that one.
Yeah.
And we named him Robert Plant. Okay, so here's the thing. I read Crown of Swords, and I was like, what the fuck happened? Did Robert and Harriet have like a knockdown, drag out fight? Because it's just thing after thing, you know, like just women having the worst time / Matt having the worst time. And I was just like, what is happening? And then it like chilled out a little bit, a lot bit, actually. It chilled out a lot bit. And then all of a sudden, like the TikTok sound, I'm back in the fucking building again. And you know what I feel like is really impressive?
Yeah.
Is that the dog did not react to that one bit.
Yeah.
He's become so accustomed.
We've had him just over a year now. And I know you're trying to go back to talking about the dog, so we don't talk about chapters. We've had him just over a year now.
It's like you've been married to me for a long time and you know when I'm trying to avoid something.
And he's not used to our bullshit.
He's really used to our bullshit. This is the thing. This is now that we've had 2 dogs, we've seen how this goes, is that at first they're very shocked about my antics. They keep looking up and being like, what the fuck?
How is the cover already falling off this book? We are 180 pages into it.
Market paperback. They're designed to be ripped to shreds.
And carried it around Chicago for a month. And it was flawless. And
I am a garbage monster. You know this about me. You should know this. I am just a garbage monster. Things fall apart when you give them to me.
The center cannot hold.
The center cannot hold.
So
it's okay.
Shout out to
I don't know what that's from. I just yes-anded you really hard. It's a poem.
I think it's called The Second Coming. I think it's a Yeats poem.
I only know one poem. If I had a daughter. No.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know that poem? That's like the one. That's the poem. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful poem. But I feel like every time there's like a meaningful TikTok, it's that poem. If I had a daughter. I don't know the rest of it, but I know it starts with if I had a daughter.
Yeah, it is a Yeats poem. All right.
Oh, I thought you were looking up the if I had a daughter.
If I had a... Well, I can as long as we're tangenting.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the chapters.
We will, though.
No, we won't. Not if I have anything.
If I should have a daughter, book by Sarah Kay. Right. So, chapter 4, Allie. Because we left off with an Arengar chapter, which was also some I'm back in the fucking building again.
If I should have a daughter, yeah.
Was it not?
Instead of mom, she's going to call me Point B because that way she knows that no matter what happens, at least she can always find her way to me.
That's sweet.
What the start. And it's a very nice poem. Anyway.
Chapter 4, Allie, a deal with the Shanchan.
Here's my deal. I'm going to fucking scream.
We've got Matt's making a deal with the Shanchan in a marriageable way.
No.
We've got Rand's making a deal with the Shanchan.
No.
Remember, that was the only thing he did in book 10 was he was like, I have these other problems. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a truce with the Shanchan.
I just feel
and
like
now Perrin
Robert
is also
is flipping me off in the grave. I really do. I really feel like he's just like, you know the way you flip someone off where you're like, you're
winding up your middle finger. This is a visual joke.
It's very good on a podcast. That's what they say when you're like, I want to start a podcast. Everyone goes, make sure you put visual gags in there.
Perrin sat Stepper's saddle a little back from the edge of the trees and watched the large
getting
meadow
close to the edge.
where red and blue wildflowers were beginning to poke through the winter-brown grass that the now vanished snows had flattened into a mat. Cawthon? No.
Oh my God, I almost said the same thing.
Hey. So, yeah, Perrin's rubbing his stick. Perrin is
inappropriate.
stroking a branch. He is actually.
Inappropriate.
His gauntleted hand stroked a nearly straight branch hacked from an oak.
Nearly straight, huh? Some things list,
Just a little bit.
To the left, to the right.
Berylane is there.
Oh, good.
And we have to talk about that again. I'm remembering all the stuff
I want to fucking scream. I'm so unhappy. You were just like, the episode's deleted. We have to talk about those chapters again. And I was just like, here I am, post funeral, where I was sobbing all like for an hour and a half. Then I'm like figuring out how to save our dog's life, which she ended up being fine. Then and then I was just like, of course, please. Do it. I wish you would, universe, please.
So
here's my ass. Kick it some more.
So Berelane's there, and Galeen is
I'll bend over.
Galeen is like, you should probably go back to camp, Berelane. You should not be here.
Okay, shut the fuck up. Berylane can go where she wants.
And this is when you started yelling, tell me again it's a matriarchy.
Okay, first of all, Berylane can go where she wants. Mostly, hopefully, the HR department.
Yes.
But second, tell me again, because every day that I'm alive, it feels like somebody is sliding into my TikTok comments to inform me that the Wheel of Time is a matriarchy. To which I say, fuck you. Like, respectfully and lovingly, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Robert Jordan would say it isn't.
Yeah. Mr. I'm flipping Allie off from the grave would even say, no, it's not. Point to me on this book where the fuck there is a matriarchy. Okay? The White Tower has the oaths that were made up by a man. The other women who can channel are subjugated in some way, shape, or form, or at worst, enslaved. Let's see. Women's circle, great. Here's man's square.
Village council.
Whatever.
I like man's square. Man's square is good. I'm calling them the man's square from now on.
Yeah, they're the man's square.
The women's circle and the man's square.
Truly.
Yeah.
I'll show you my man's square. Do you think that like Marinov Beer makes like little jokes about like my women's circle?
Yeah.
There's gotta be. It's too easy. Okay, but then the man's square, the Panarch. Oh, great, we've also got a king.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are like, oh, but it's balanced. Where are the Ashaman rules made by a woman? Where are they? Where are they? No one wishes to come forward and show me where the Ashaman rules are, where their oaths are. We have an oath rod, do we not?
Well, also the
Can we
Ashaman.
not also put the Ashaman under control?
Don't forget the Ashaman also don't have warriors protecting them.
Oh.
They just marry.
They just have wives.
They just bond their wives.
Oh,
so
and their wives don't get to do anything cool. Oh, we've got maidens. Oh, well, guess what? Rand won't let them fight. Oh, okay. That sounds like a fucking matriarchy to me. Oh, yeah. That's definitely not. And then women are getting assaulted every 5 minutes. And apparently there's no weaves about periods or like childbirth shit. Like there's no ease of like the only thing that we have is easily accessible birth control. But even that is the woman's responsibility to take. Oh, and Elaine gets nearly killed by the most obvious assassination attempt of all time and promotes Mr. Sexual Assailant McGee over all of the qualified women in her service. Where the fuck is this a matriarchy? Show me the matriarchy. I challenge you. Show me where the matriarchy is. I cannot find it.
So-
we have a map and everything, and we still can't find her.
So
It's as difficult to find as North Harbor.
so Barrelane is like, I'm not leaving, bro. Fuck you.
Yeah, and every time a woman is anywhere possibly near danger, they're like, let's take your agency away and make you leave. Fuck you.
Barrelane's red silk dress, heavily embroidered in golden scrollwork, displayed more bosom than she had in some time. Though
And this is the other thing. Perrin, married as he is like, I'm going to think about another woman's boobies.
Though a wide necklace of fire drops and opals provided a degree of modesty. A wide
Who
matching...
cares about modesty? It's a matriarchy.
A wide... a wide... A wide matching belt supporting a jeweled dagger cinched her waist. The narrow crown of Mayenne resting on her black hair, holding a golden hawk in flight above her brows, appeared ordinary beside the belt and necklace. She was a beautiful woman. The more so...
Well, that matters in a matriarchy.
The more so, it seemed to him, since she had stopped chasing him, though still not a patch on Fail, of course. So, Allie, you remember how she's been harassment queen for the past 4 books? Allie is beating her head against the couch. It's very soft, the couch. Allie, remember how she's been harassing him for the past 4 books? See, this is what you learn eventually, is this podcast is actually just me and Allie trying to get each other to laugh.
It is.
She's doing
I
all
don't
these
give a fuck
visual
about any of
jokes.
these.
You remember how she's been harassing him for the past 4 books?
I seem to recall,
Apparently that's just over now. I guess she's done.
Why?
I don't know, man.
I mean, I would hope so. I would hope somebody pulled her aside and was like, you know what's a bad look? You actively going after a man whose wife has been kidnapped. It's giving true crime podcast. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I guess she's done with that now.
No, she's not.
Well, Perrin seems to think she is.
Well, you know what? Let's set her up with Gallet. I know a hotman.
A resident hotman.
A resident hotman. We can
Flamio and all that.
set her up with.
So, Arganda's here.
Yay! Thank God, my favorite character. Mr. I care about my boss more than you care about your wife.
And he's like, we gotta, that's fucking Sean Chan better. So they spend like 2.5
I'm
pages.
gonna beat him in the face with this book.
They spent 2.5 pages debating whether or not the Sean Chan will show up. And then the Sean Chan show up.
Oh, yay!
But before the Sean Chan show
Thank
up.
God.
Before the Sean Chan show up, Allie, you know who else is here? Aram is here.
Oh, good. Always the level-headed man in every situation.
The prophet says they won't, Aram put in.
Oh. Oh, and he's working with Massima now.
Yes. Once he had seemed too good-looking for a man, but now his face grew grimmer every day. There was a haggardness about him, his eyes sunken and his mouth tight.
Well, Perrin, maybe if you actually, helped him process anything, if you did literally anything, the
prophet
he
says,
wouldn't become a fucking religious extremist.
either that or it's a trap. He says we shouldn't trust the Sean Chan. Perrin is like, God
Well,
damn
okay, you know what? It's terrible. The worst person you know made a really good point.
it. Perrin is like, God damn this fucking Aram. God damn it. God damn.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you mad at how he turned out?
He goes, Balwer had informed him that Aram had begun spending time with Massima, yet it had seemed unnecessary to tell the man not to let Massima know everything Perrin was doing. There was no putting the egg back into the shell.
I'm going to kill you.
But he would know better in the future.
I'm going to kill you.
A workman should know his tools and not use them to breaking. The same went for people.
I have been screaming at you for how many books?
6.
When was the Battle of Two? For 6
No,
books?
wait. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is the 8th book?
This is the 8th book in which I have been begging you to do something about Aram. And now you're going to go, well, can't
Fuck
be
that
helped.
one up.
Perrin is weaponized incompetence personified.
Burned that pancake.
Oh
well.
my God. You are the fucking worst.
You know, it's funny. My dad is almost done with Knife of Dreams because he got to the point very soon where this book pops off and doesn't stop.
God, I hope so.
And you know, he loves Perrin. He's like, I love the parent.
I'm
but
married to Perrin.
It's true. Listen to this. He said, the nice thing about Perrin is like, he's like a blacksmith, and
Is he?
Wait. This is funny.
Sorry, I love my
I was like,
father-in-law.
Dad, I was like,
I'm
why?
mad.
What is it? Not why. I love Perrin too, but I find some of his chapters frustrating. Obviously, listen, we're shitting on Perrin right now. We shat on Rand before. We shat on Matt at one point. We love all of them.
I've never
before
shat on
anybody says
Matt
anything.
in my life.
Yeah, you have. The entire
Never
first
in
3
my
books.
life. How dare you, sir? He is a saint.
And my dad goes, well, because I said the Perrin chapters is like Perrin kind of refusing to do things and focusing on one thing and one thing only. And he said, yeah, he's a blacksmith. He's like, think about blacksmiths. A blacksmith's job is basically, I'm going to take this one piece of metal, I'm going to hammer the fuck out of it for like 7 hours straight. Which I just thought was kind of funny.
Fael is a lucky woman. That's why Pearline wants the dick so bad.
Yeah.
She shared a wall and was like, what is he doing to her? Wait, maybe that's why Pearline, maybe that's why Pearline has stopped her pursuit of Perrin. Maybe she's heard from the others.
There are other men that can make women come.
And she's like, oh, so he's not that special, actually.
So they're waiting for the Shan-Chan.
Because it's the only thing that makes sense.
Loaf, Torfin, and Todd Alcar are there.
Oh, thank God.
And they're like, oh, man, we got our fucking banners.
Oh. I just remembered something else that happens later, and it makes me so angry.
Loaf looked happy enough.
Wait, is this Todd? Is this Todd?
It's Todd.
Oh my God, fucking Todd.
Todd looked ecstatic. Of course, he did not know why Perrin had brought the Manetheren banner along.
No, Todd. Oh my God, wait. Gus, it's Todd. Okay, Todd and Berlane. It's Todd and the Vixen.
You made that joke the first time, and I didn't get it then, and then I had forgotten. Todd is a name for a fox?
For a baby fox.
And then
a vixen is a female fox.
That's good.
It's animal husbandry. Husbandry?
Yeah. Of course, he did not know why Perrin had brought the thing along. In any trade, you needed to make the other fellow think he was getting something extra, as Matt's father often said. Wait.
Okay. Wait a minute. Because this is the most ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous thing that could possibly happen. So the Shan-Chan roll up. A business 101, guys. Business 101. You go in doing what? To a business deal. What do you do in a business deal?
Offer everything you have before the other party says anything. What,
Perrin, Harvard Business School Ibarra, goes up to them. And he goes, I will give you the fucking 2 rivers. That's what he fucking does, guys.
Well, not
Gus,
exactly.
Do not fuck with me right now. He literally, Fael's going to come back and be like, what the fuck did you do? That's what she's going to be like, put me back in the Shido again. My God. Rather than I leave you alone for 5 minutes. I've been fucking kidnapped. It's like a woman gets kidnapped and then comes home and finds out that her husband just didn't feed the kids.
Well, remember when Perrin went and sat in a snowbank until he got hypothermia?
What the fuck? This guy is a fucking idiot. Okay. Oh, God.
I love him.
Oh, my God. My God, Fael is trapped in a relationship with a man who can't even take care of himself. God. Okay, wear a coat. You fucking idiot. Okay, so here's what happens. Perrin.
We're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit.
Perrin, summa cum laude Ibarra, goes up to them. And the Shan-Chan are like, hey, what's up? The first thing you're supposed to do in a business deal is you're supposed to lowball them. Okay? You lowball them and let them talk you up to like kind of where you're like, all right, we'll settle for this. Like, but you don't go in with a high offer because then you're going to let them talk you into a high offer. That's stupid. But Perrin, Ibarra, goes, all right, I'll give you fucking Manetherin. And they're like, what? What is Manetherin?
No, they know what Manetherin is.
Shh,
All right,
quiet.
all right.
It's funnier
I'm
this
sorry,
way.
we're doing a bit. We're
doing a bit.
All right.
We're doing a bit. It's funnier this way. So I want to imagine you're the Shanchan. You were just sitting there kind of going, okay.
How's it hanging?
We got invited to this awkward party. Hopefully no one will kill us
I see you have
there.
Maraf Damani.
Hopefully no one will kill us there. But it doesn't look promising. So they take their sweet time coming out because they're like, this seems like it might be, it's like us trying to decide if we're going to a party where we don't know many of the people there. You know, we're like, and then we leave like when the party starts to go to the party. So that's what happened. They're like, we don't really know anyone at this party. It's going to be kind of awkward. All right, we're going because we want to feel like we're living in our 30s. And they go, and then all of a sudden, the host of the party shows up and is like, I will give you my house.
Well, listen,
What?
he's not giving them the land. He's saying,
Oh, no.
Yes, go
He
on.
totally is.
no, he says, I will give up
don't.
all claim to reviving Manetherin.
What do the Shanchan do?
They colonized.
Yes. He's saying, I'm not going to fight you
Yeah, well, that's kind of what he's
for
saying.
my hometown. Todd is sitting in the corner, pissing himself,
Screaming, crying,
pissing with his eyes,
farting,
weeping,
pooping.
blood in the corner. Because Manetherin's all they fucking have. They just fought. They fought for their land. They washed the grass with their blood. And then all of a sudden Perrin's like, I'll give it to you. I don't give a
Perrin-
fuck.
well,
Give me my wife
The
back.
other thing about his parent is like, I hate the idea of reviving Manetherin. So this is not, he's not
But
giving
he's
anything up.
committed already to it. He's committed already to it. Everyone's behind him. Everyone's doing the thing. They're all doing the thing. And it'd be one thing if it were Elaine. If you were talking to Elaine, who, like, of course, wants what's best for the two rivers. And he's like, listen, this Manetherin thing, it's not real. I'm just like giving the people like a figurehead. Okay. And I'll give you all the taxes. You haven't had taxes for there in years. And I bet the wacky tobacco is raking in the dough because we seem to be doing great as a village. And we're known world fucking wide for some reason. It'd be like knowing
It's like Vermont.
Paris, Texas. Everyone knows what Paris, Texas
This
is.
is like maple syrup from one city in Vermont. If they
Yeah.
were the only ones who made maple syrup.
It's silliness. It's ridiculous. But everyone knows the two rivers because I guess their wacky tobacco hits that fucking hard. So here's the thing. That'd be one thing. If Perrin were like talking to Elaine, he's like, listen, this true. This Manetherin thing between you and me, like, fuck it. It's okay. I just wanted to give them something to hope for, okay, during the apocalypse. But he goes up to the Shanchan, the colonizer McGee's, and is like, we won't fight that hard for this land. What do you think they're going to do? First of all, second of all, the two rivers happens to be the hotbed of new magic women.
It is true.
The hotbed. He's been told this. Including his best friend's younger sister, Bode. So he's just fucked all of those women because it's a matriarchy.
Well, most of them left.
I don't care.
I'm not defending.
They can't go home.
I know. I'm not
Bode
defending.
can never go home again. It's like Dorothy said, there's no place like home unless it's the fucking two rivers and the Shanchan are there.
Okay.
She never gets a spring break. Another
okay,
thing.
go ahead.
And then there's
Yeah.
another thing. What if there's all the babies. All the babies, they grow up. Oh, I can make sparks with my fingers. Well, clap a collar on that 5-year-old. And Perrin's just like, oh, I didn't know that would happen. Lesson learned. Fuck you, Perrin. I'm gonna paddle your ass. I hope the file kicks your nuts in when she comes home.
So
God damn.
Perrin thinks about Abel Coffin, and then like has one of the swirling colors in their heads thing that's been happening.
Yes.
That happens, and he sees Matt and Tuan. Interestingly,
You know what I would love? If the swirling colors gave them a second of clarity.
and then Arganda is like, they better show up. God damn it. Alejandra's the only thing that matters. And then
I am going to hit him too. I do not hit, but I want to hit. I want to hit them in such a way. I want to line them up, and I want to hit one of them in such a way that they all go over.
Domino style.
Yeah.
And then they hear like the specific bird calls that means a lot of men are coming, and that's ominous. And
What is that bird call, Gus? Give me a bird call. What is a bird call for a lot of men are coming?
it's that one dove.
Here's mine. Nuts!
You just yelled nuts. Are you okay?
Nuts!
So on that note,
That's the bird call.
it's just wah.
Yeah, I like it. Just imagine it's like a tense scene on a battlefield.
All right. On that note, we're gonna take everybody's favorite, a real quick ad break.
You just hummingbird it.
Welcome back. Oh my god.
It would be the stupidest bird call.
Okay. And then they're like, it's a trap. And Galeen is like, Barrelane, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
I can't. It's a major.
And Barrelane is like, I'm gonna kill everybody here, starting with you.
I honestly agree.
And
And then they'd be like, women are so emotional. Fuck you.
and Allie, who's leading the charge? Who's here? Talonvor is here.
I've never been so depressed in my life.
So Talonvor pulls up, and there's Sildamina Damani, and he's and then Perrin is like, Allie's getting up. Allie's leaving the room.
I quit. Podcasts are dumb. Fuck you guys.
All right, give me a LaCroix. Oh, she's coming back. LaCroix. Oh, she forgot her shoes. If you don't mind.
Oh, I want to fuck with somebody. I want to feel the fuck with somebody.
Oh boy, she'll be right back. Did you change pajamas? She's been gone for about 5 minutes. You changed pajamas? Why did you change pajamas?
Because I thought it'd be funny either way if you noticed or not.
It is funny.
I just went in and I was like, what's this dumbest thing? Because I was like, obviously I can't walk back in there just as myself, right, with 2 LaCroix. I was like, I got to do something fucking dumb. And then I was like, preferably a sight gag, because that kills on podcasts.
Yeah, again.
And then
we're really focused on the audience.
completely changed outfits.
Because we're professionals.
Like, either this is stupid and he'll know right away, which amazing, or it's stupid and he won't notice.
Oh my god.
That's where it hits the spot.
Galeen is like, Barrelane, you should leave, and Barrelane's like, I'm gonna fist you to death. And I got you while you were drinking the water.
Do you know how hard I worked to not ruin this microphone? Do you know how hard that was? I fucking almost spit up all over this microphone.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Literally, I sucked in air so hard to try and like not. No, it's so fun. I'm so happy that happened. But my ear I have like swimmer's ears somehow.
Shit.
Oh my god. I worked so hard to not ruin this microphone. Oh my god. I'm a hero. Give me a medal.
Well done. Mm-hmm. So they're like,
you can't afford a new one.
So Honora's like, hey, let me come with you. And Barrelane is like, there's actually like a very good reason why you should not come to talk to the Shanchan and Nora Aes Sedai. That would be a dumb thing.
Yeah, it would be a dumb fuck thing.
Because
in this matriarchy, women get enslaved.
Oh boy. And Aram is like, let's go. And Perrin is like, no, bud, you stay too. You've been hot-headed lately, and I won't risk you saying or doing the wrong thing out there. I won't risk Fail on it. You understand? And Aram
we
is
needed
like,
this kind of discipline ages ago. Ages ago. Oh my God.
Anyway, they pull up to the...
It's like addressing your kids' bad grades after they flunk out of school. It's too late.
They pull up
you negligent ass.
To the Shanchan, and the Shanchan lady looks at the banners and she's like, huh. And Talonvor introduces everybody, and we have he introduces Perrin to Bashir Ibarra, etc., 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 and Berelain Serpendrag Perron, and then I give you banner.
Don't cry for me, Ibarra.
Oh, that's good.
The truth is, I have big titties.
And he goes, I give you Banner General Tylee Kiergan of the ever victorious army.
Now, don't do this to me, Rob.
I give you Captain
You
Bakayar
can't
Mishima.
use my bisexual awakening girl against me.
Tylee from Avatar The Last Airbender.
Obviously. Honestly, that whole group of girls, May... Azula, Suzuko with the haircut. He's bi-coded for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
But you know what? Who really was? And TikTok has called me on this.
Oh, your actual
TikTok
adolescent bisexual
because
awakening?
I can't have an original experience, and even me saying I can't have an original experience is not an original thing to say. Okay, but you know who it is? My bisexual awakening.
Who was it?
The real ones will know what I'm talking about. In the Parent Trap. Okay, this is when I was a child.
Yeah,
so
all
don't
of
call
this,
me
of
a
course,
creep.
all of this discussion was from when you were...
For when I was a youth.
You know, yeah.
Now, as an adult, I've moved on to more mature tastes, of course. But for me, my bisexual awakening really was the Parent Trap, that scene. And every bi girl just knew I was talking about.
The new version?
With Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
When she goes to camp, it's like the opening scene, and there's all those bags piled. And there's a girl, and they're struggling to get the bag out, and this girl comes, and she just pulls the bag out like it's nothing. Tie-dye girl from the Parent Trap. Her strength was appealing to me at the time. Tie-dye girl.
So yes, when you were 12, that makes sense.
Not even. I was like probably 7.
Yes.
And I was like, tie-dye girl.
Yes. All right.
Tie-dye girl.
So.
And literally everyone on TikTok is like, it was tie-dye girl from the Parent Trap. And I'm like, I cannot have a fucking... Because I was like, no one else saw what I saw. Every bisexual...
Apparently everybody...
on TikTok
every single...
loves tie-dye girl. Loved tie-dye girl as a youth.
Sure. Well, yeah.
If we have a child and we're watching the Parent Trap, I will watch their face when tie-dye girl comes, and I will know based on that what their sexuality is.
That is an...
That'll tell me everything I need to know. The closet will be made of glass. Let me tell you that much.
Right. So he introduces...
How did I find out that I was by 31?
It's funny
or
because
no, 28.
You like came out to me, what, 4 years ago?
Me coming out to you was the funniest thing.
Because you sent me a TikTok. You sent me a TikTok about being bisexual.
That's how I came out to my husband.
And I was like, wait, hold on. And I came out because I was in the other room rearranging the tokens in Gloomhaven into the tackle boxes that I was specially constructing for the purpose.
Of course.
And which tells you everything you need to know about me.
Because this is who bisexuals end up with.
This is the stereotype. And unfortunately...
Because I cannot have an original experience.
The stereotype is accurate in this case.
It's the most
that you married a nerdy gamer.
You picked the right box, though. I will admit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you sent me TikTok, and I came in and was like, "You feeling queer, buddy?" And
it was so
you
cute.
nodded, and I was like, "Didn't we already know that?" I was like, I thought you told me it's like 8 years ago.
Because again, the closet was made of glass.
And you were like, no. And I was like, oh,
I did, but like I didn't
I was like, do you want a hug?
Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, I can't possibly count.
And then we hugged, and I said, do you want anything else? Do you need to talk about anything? And you shook your head and said, okay, I'm going to go back to punching out my tokens now.
And then since then, the amount of women who are like, I'm straight. Do I like to kiss girls sometimes? Sure, everybody does. That has happened to me like 6 times since I came out in 4 years. And I have to be the one to be like, darling, I love you so much. You are a bi. Like, identify how you're going to identify, but my God, like, sweetie.
Or pan.
Baby, darling. Well,
or something
okay.
else, or whatever.
I chose bi because I didn't
you're
want
good.
to have to explain my sexuality to my mother in any more detail than I already did.
I understand.
Do you know what I mean? I was just like, I can't go there. But I'm like, bi, pan, whatever you want. It's like, I know they're not the same thing, but to me, I'm like, they're the same thing.
Even though they're not.
I know, but like,
I understand.
I'm just like, bi people understand what it means more than pan. So I picked bi. But really, I'm pan. But I don't want to have to, like, I don't want to inform the old people. Someone else deal with the olds.
So
I already have to explain to them that even though I have a husband, I'm bisexual. I don't want to have to go into the whole pan shit, okay? You do it.
So we've got Ty Lee Kiergan
You
here.
explain to my father.
Ty Lee Kiergan, tall and broad-shouldered for a woman, though lean otherwise, and not young. Gray marked the temples of her close-cut, tightly curled black hair.
Good for her.
As dark as good topsoil, she displayed only 2 scars, one slanting across her left cheek. The other, on her forehead, had taken part of her right eyebrow.
Objectively, the hottest places to have scars.
Some people thought scars a sign of toughness. It seemed to Perrin that fewer scars meant you knew what you were doing.
Why are we being shady to the woman? Matriarchy again. Okay, so for me, it's eyebrow, lip, cheek.
My Baldur's Gate character has a lip scar.
I know.
Yeah.
Mine has a scar too, but I can't remember what eyebrow.
I think so.
Did I eyebrow it? Hottest places to have a scar.
I gotta go
Scars are hot.
play more Baldur's
Feel
Gate.
confident in your scars.
Because every time I start to play Baldur's Gate, I get intimidated or frustrated by the fact that I suck at it.
But see, you don't suck at it. You
I
just
suck at
decide you suck at it. And I'm like, darling, it's
I
dice
went up
rolls.
against some
You can't
baby-ass
suck-
goblins, and the goblins hurled grease at me and set my entire party on fire.
That
and
was a
then
bad dice
I tried to
roll.
use a spell. I tried to have my warlock cast a spell on the goblins, and I didn't realize that it was a close-range spell. So instead of casting, I don't know, necrotic wounds on the goblin, I cast necrotic wounds on Lae'zel, who was prone in flaming grease. I'm terrible at Baldur's Gate.
You might be terrible at Baldur's Gate.
I put Lae'zel
Okay,
in
but
her
that's
death
hilarious. Being bad at Baldur's Gate is hilarious.
rolls. She turned out fine. It worked
Remember
out.
that video that you showed me where somebody just like exploded their entire party?
That was Deborah Wild. That was the voice actress for Lae'zel did that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing.
It's weird because like I'm good at ostensibly hard games.
Now here's the thing.
Yes.
I'm miserable.
Oh, you write the book. Okay, so you got Ty Lee, and then the other guy's name.
No. We don't have to talk
okay.
about the book. Let's talk about how Red Jasmine was also our bisexual awakening.
The other guy's name.
Red
Allie,
Jasmine, Gus. Wait, Gus. Remember
I don't
Red
know.
Jasmine?
I don't know what that is.
Look up Red Jasmine. My God. Are you even straight?
Yes.
Are you even a bisexual woman, Gus? Come on. Get
I
it
am
together.
not. That.
Red Jasmine.
Okay. Yes, from Aladdin. Right. Okay.
Gus was like, oh, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Red Jasmine.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. The other person's name
I remember I was like 3 and I was like, whoa.
is Bakayar Mishima.
Mishima?
Or
You got a
Mishima.
Mishima and a Mishima?
Yes, in the same plot. It might be Mishima.
Robert. Let's sit down. We need to have a discussion. Now, I know you passed away before we knew that we had to be nice to disabled people. But this is mean. This is bullying. This is unkind.
I sometimes wonder if he did it on purpose.
I want to die.
So,
Okay, you know what, Laura? If you're up there, go tell him what the fuck for me.
Ty Lee goes, I'm glad he didn't... that's too low. Hold on. No, not really. I'm glad he didn't name you the Wolf King, my lord. Otherwise, I'd think Tom and Garden was on us. You know the prophecies of the dragon? When the Wolf King carries the hammer, thus are the final days known. When the fox marries the raven, and the trumpets of battle are blown. I never understood that second line myself.
Don't be coy, Robert.
And
we
you-
all understand what it means.
And you, my lady, Sir Payandrag.
Wait, is Perrin going to get like a special hammer?
He already has a hammer. He has the
No, I
little-
know he has a hammer, but is he going to get a special hammer? Like a magic hammer?
Well, I don't know. Why would he?
I don't know. It sounds like there's like some kind of philosophy or prophecy or whatever that says like when he has the hammer.
You what were you talking last time we covered?
Mjolnir.
You were talking about Mjolnir last time we talked about this chapter.
Yeah, I was like, is Perrin going to get Mjolnir?
Why would he get Mjolnir?
Because we use a lot of Norse prophecy or whatever they're called.
That's Norse, yeah.
Norse mythology.
Having just played God of War Ragnarok.
Well, we're using a lot of Norse mythology. We had some Loki. We had some Odin.
We have Loki?
Yeah, like all of the Matt Cawthon stuff is all Loki.
Matt Cawthon's Odin.
What?
He hanged himself. He's got ravens.
Oh. Didn't we have a Loki thing?
Maybe
I thought we
Loki
had
in
a
there
Loki
too.
thing. But regardless, we have Odin on the table, which means...
Because also, remember the Hugin and Munin thought in memory, the ravens.
I know.
Yeah.
So, Norse mythology is on the table. Therefore, ipso facto...
You think we're doing Thor's hammer
We
Mjolnir?
could be doing Thor's hammer Mjolnir shit.
What would the fantasy name for Mjolnir be? If we can't just straight up call it Mjolnir.
I was gonna say, I think the fantasy version of Mjolnir is Mjolnir.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're gonna
Okay,
do like
it's gotta
a
be
nod
like
to,
M apostrophe M apostrophe mineral. We're just switching around the syllables.
all right, I like that. That's good.
Mineral. Why are you looking at me funny?
I wanted to know what you.
What
would
if I
say.
nailed it?
If it's a thing, it'd be.
There's definitely an M apostrophe for sure. There's an M apostrophe. What was that eyebrow twitch?
I didn't do an eyebrow twitch.
You did a little eyebrow twitch.
No, I didn't.
Nuts. Mjolnir, Olnir.
All right, we're gonna move on.
No. I want to nail it. I want to nail what it's called because he's going to get the special hammer because he already has a hammer. So why would there be a prophecy about it when he already has it?
Because she looked at his hammer and was like, "Huh?
She looked at this hammer and was like, huh, but he's got to get a special hammer.
Why does he need? He already has a hammer.
He's going to get a special hammer forged from Hephaestus
What's gonna
himself.
be special about it?
It can come back to him
Oh,
like Thor's.
that would be intense.
You can throw it, comes right back. Is that it?
I don't know.
Is that it? Some special guy forges
That
it
sounds
for him?
pretty intense.
We get like a special blacksmith, special magic blacksmith, smacksmith,
Is
smadgmith,
there a?
myth,
Oh.
a black magic smith,
So
black magic smith. Get it?
so
There's
parent.
magic and blacksmith,
Well,
black magic smith.
there used to be a way to make magic weapons. Yes, if that's what you're talking about, but they can't do it anymore.
Really,
Yeah, you know this. Power forged weapons.
really, power forged weapons, eh?
Yeah, you know
A
this.
weapon forged from power, eh? A weapon like a hammer, eh? Or do they give Perrin a choice? Are they like, you can choose to have a power forged hammer or a power forged axe? And he goes, one hammer, please.
Well, he already pitched the axe. Axe is gone. Remember, that was one of the two
Gus,
things that happened
please,
in
they're going to
Crossroads.
make a new one. They're going to make him a new thing. They're going to be like, we're going to forge this power wrought thing in the fires of Mount Doom, because there's a Mount Doom.
There is a something like that. Yeah.
There's a Mount Doom.
There is a Mount Doom.
Please. In the fires of... Oh my
Mountains
God.
of Doom, actually. It's got an H in it.
Yeah, you think that we're not going to figure out how to make those power wrought weapons? Please. It'll probably be off.
Things
It'll
can't
probably be off page. while we faff about doing whatever.
If it happens in this book, it's a Robert Jordan specific book, then yes, it'll probably happen off page.
Perrin's going to get a hammer. That's made.
I don't know, man. He
that's
might.
Power of Rot.
So Perrin, so they talked, she goes,
And it'll be called, I said mineral.
you said, yeah, which kind of sounds like urinal to me. I don't know why.
Fitting. No, Mjolnir.
Okay.
What if? Oh, I will die. I will literally be like, Michael. Your name's not Michael.
Michael?
Michael.
So they do Berlin, they're like, so pay and drag. That would mean from pay and drag? My family is descended from Arthur Pandrag Tanreal. And they're like, oh shit, dope. That makes you a distant cousin of the imperial family, my lady. No doubt the Empress, may she live forever, will honor you. So long as you make no claims.
She's not living forever, baby.
So long as you make
She dead.
So long as you make
She's so dead.
So long as you make no claims to Hawkwing's empire yourself, anyway. And Berylane has the reasonable response where she says, haha, don't fuck with my end.
Right? And Perrin's like, I will give you my Netherin.
Perrin is like, God damn it, shut the fuck up. You're here to look cool. Stop fucking talking.
Matriarchy. It is such a matriarchy.
Actually, what he says is, I didn't come here to talk about the prophecies or Hawkwing or your empress.
I'm actually offended you have an empress because this isn't a matriarchy. Fuck. Things that would put Perrin in a coma. Modern things that would put Perrin in a coma. Women's rights.
We also had, they had agreed that Perrin was to do all of the talking. She was there to dazzle the Shanshan with a beautiful young ruler, or at least to lend weight to Perrin with it. So maybe, Perrin, what you should do is you should just flex and let Berylane take care of all the talking.
Honestly?
Pop your shirt off.
That is what should have happened.
Pop your shirt off, Perrin. Come on, give us a little man meat.
Give us a little spin. Slap your butt a little.
So
clap those ass cheeks. While Todd farts wetly in the corner.
And Perrin's like, all right, fuck all this. Shut up, both of you. Goddamn.
Perrin's like, I'll introduce you to my hammer. My nuts.
Oh, God.
Someone's about to get nailed. Because someone's about to get pounded.
I'm trying to think of like a tapes and CDs joke I can make.
Someone's about to get hammered.
But I can't think of a D's nuts. Anyway.
A what?
You know the tapes and CDs? Do you like tapes and CDs?
No.
You don't know the punchline to this?
No.
I'm not going to subject you to this.
What is it? No, please. You have to do it now. You can pause if you want to.
No. The punchline is, do you like tapes and CDs, Allie?
Sure, yeah.
Great. Then I can tape my dick to your forehead so you can see D's nuts. It's something like that.
What?
It's just one of those dumb jokes.
Fucking stupid.
Yes, it is. That's why I didn't want to say the full joke on the podcast. It's stupid. Oh, and we're way overdue for ads.
That is dumb.
So we're going to take it really quick. I'm sorry, everybody.
Just panic to pause.
I panic, hit the pause button for the ad break before it was time. I'm leaving it like that.
He was like, I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here.
I'm leaving it like this.
All right.
This episode
We're still on chapter 4.
is a beautiful
This episode is so dumb. I can't even. I love it so much. I love it like it were my firstborn.
So
I don't
Perrin
care
is like,
if you like it. It's the best thing we've ever done.
Perrin is like, why do you have like 8,000 fucking dudes? And Mishima is like, why do you have 8,000 fucking dudes?
God
and Perrin
forbid, I got an orgy going on.
Perrin is like, well, tell you what. And he whips it out. It being the stick. And but we'll get to that in a second. Because first he's like, I want to get my wife back. And then he pulls the stick out. And this thing happens. You want to talk about? He puts this. You want to talk about this at all? The stick, and he like has them shoot the stick.
So Perrin, the diplomacy wizard that he is like, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make him a deal. I'm going to get in there and be like, you can take my entire fucking town.
We're not there yet.
I'm going to sell them out. Then I'm going to have somebody light a stick on fire. Then I'm going to go, any questions?
Well, he has them shoot the stick from like a million yards away.
Shoot the stick, then set the stick on fire.
And Mishima is
then
like...
offer them my entire town. And then go, any questions? And then they'll go, yes, many. The first is, what the fuck?
I think the funny part is he has the Ashaman light the stick on fire, and then the flaming stick falls down and sets the prairie on fire, and Perrin's like, oh shit, fuck. But then the Damani puts it out, and Ty Lee is like, Aes Sedai, huh? And Ty Lee's, the Damani is like, no, actually. The Soldam is like, no, it's one of those dudes.
One of those dudes with no rules.
And she's like, oh, interesting. And then Perrin's like, by the way, I will fucking hand over Manetheren. I'm done with this shit. Todd, roll that banner around the staff and bring it here. And Todd starts wailing, rubbing dirt in his hair. It's just...
his ass cheeks
like
are clapping
Trojan
thunder right now.
Over here.
Trojan
He just can't stop
Trojan
pooping.
women shitting all over the place.
Oh my god. Todd began whining. Yeah. And Perrin is like, fuck Manetheren, I'm done with this shit.
And Fail's gonna come back and be like, what the fuck? You don't just offer them your entire life savings.
And then somebody groans
right off the bat,
it's
unprompted.
Todd. And then there's a horrific wind. Just smells like ass.
And then you know what Perrin does?
What?
You know what Perrin does? He goes, all right, we're gonna attack the Shido. Oh yeah, the wind.
Yeah, the horrendous
First we get
wind.
the sulfuric fart of the dark one.
Or is it Todd?
The world will never know.
This wind, this rancid wind just whips through camp.
Imagine. Because my theory is that like all of this at the end will be like Loyal's writings or whatever. Like it'll be like a writing from the Loyal son of it. Imagine if Todd just ripped a fart so foul and then it ended up in the fucking history books.
That'd be pretty funny.
God. This episode is not dedicated to my friend's mom.
No, it is not. So this just horrific wind. What is this wind?
It's the wind from Mount
Yeah,
Doom.
it's the wind from Dragon Mount.
Whatever.
It's just here now. And so this wind just
That's how wind works.
rips through camp. Well, magic wind. And
Harriet was like, Robert, we need something to happen here. And he was like, wind.
the wind just rips through camp. And then they're like, well, that was weird. Anyway.
Well, okay, so the wind came at a specific moment, though, right? Where it was like Perrin did something or said something, right?
Fuck Manetheren. And then the wind rips through, and then they're just like, anyway, back to Manetheren.
Listen, that would just be an average day in Chicago, okay?
And
Don't worry about
they all back off, and then they kind of talk logistics for a second, and Perrin is like, look, before we make any kinds of deals here, you can't enslave any of my people.
God, thank God he said something.
And at this point in our first recording, you yelled, you didn't say anything about the Shido, you fuck.
He did not.
He did not.
He specifically did not. He's like, all right, but you can enslave as a treat.
Also, he's like, oh, and Savannah's up there, man. Because they're like, we have a plan. I got a plan. We're gonna have a plan here. It's going to be a good plan.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool.
It isn't a bad
They got
plan.
400 wise ones, though. We might be fucked. And
not if you give them all the roof tea.
yeah, which is what he says. He's like, because Ty Lee is like, fuck, man, I'm going to have to get authorization from the Daughter of the Nine Moons.
No, you won't.
And Perrin is like, no, I'm going to drug him. I'm going to pour like a shit fuck of fork root in there. And it's going to be great.
No, and Perrin's like, I don't know why you feel bad about your like needing to apologize. And I've never been one to take anything from context.
Perrin goes, Ty Lee, by the way, gives back the banner to Perrin because he gave her the banner. He's like, let's just, we'll rip in there and get her out real quick. And she hands back the banner and goes, you'll want this back since I can't deliver my side of the bargain. But a piece of advice, the ever-victorious army may have other tasks in front of it for the nonce, but we won't let anyone take momentary advantage of the situation to set himself up as a king. We mean to reclaim this land, not divide it into parcels. And Berylane is like, I'm going to divide your ass into parcels. Fucking piece of shit. Don't get to... I've heard that your ever-victorious army...
Divide your ass into parts.
I've heard that your ever-victorious army is misnamed. I've heard the Dragon Reborn defeated you soundly to the south.
Burn.
Don't you ever think that Perrin Ibarra can't do the same? And Perrin is like, God damn it, shut up!
You
Come
shut
on.
up. You just handed the keys to Manetherin over, and
Well,
then they
they
were
gave
like,
them back.
no thanks.
He goes, I don't want to defeat anybody
Thank God they said no thanks.
except the Shido. There's a way to do that and still keep everything quiet so you don't need to apologize.
I hate everything.
And Perrin is like, y'all have fork root, right? And she's like, yeah, but it's going to be kind of hard to get it. And he's like, well, guess what? And then he whips it out. It being the letter that says, it's me, Surath. Let whoever has this do whatever they want. Don't ask any questions.
I'm liking this repeated bit.
This has been a running bit for ages.
Ripping it out. I know.
This goes back at least to Sharon and Shayna and the Oath Rod.
I love it so
At
much.
least. And so he's got this letter, and Mishima goes, Aes Sedai, Ashaman, Aiel, your eyes, that hammer, now this. Who are you? No, wait, that was Tylee, whatever. And
God.
Perrin goes, I'm a man who wants his wife back, and I'll
Oh
deal
my
with the
God.
Dark One to get her.
That's so John Wick of you.
He was not far short of making a deal with the Dark One. Do we have a bargain? And they shake on it, and that's the end of chapter 4. Allie, it's time for chapter 5. Something strange. And I say it that way because there's an ellipsis. What is the titular something strange?
How much assault there is in this chapter
You'd
for no
think.
reason.
No, it's the fact that reality vibrates like a struck drum 3 times.
Honestly,
And they
that's
think
just
that-
what happens when the edible hits.
Actually, it is the thunderclap of Todd's ass cheeks clapping together.
Why did we decide that Todd is just twerking those ass cheeks, tears streaming down his face in the corner. Weep for another, and he's just twerking.
It's not funny. Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, it is.
It is.
Thinking about someone twerking to weep for Manetherin is fucking hysterical.
oh boy. All right. He had no notes for either of these chapters, right? Yes. Okay. Great. She's dissociating.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. I just completely dissociated for a second. I did not take notes because I was in the bath with the dog
Yes,
when I was
yes.
reading these chapters.
The drumbeat of Todd's ass cheeks had lasted. Anyway, it's Fail and Savannah's asleep, and I'm going to skip a lot of this chapter because I skipped a lot of this chapter
Oh my
last time. She has 12 guy shine attend her while she's sleeping, and she's like, yes, roll on. Good old roll on kept me from dying from hypothermia. And at this point, you started yelling, why don't the 400 or 500 magic leader women do anything about the rampant sexual assault?
Because it's a matriarchy, guys. It's a matriarchy. Women supporting women. Women's rights. Women. Barbie movie, when did it end? All the enjoyment. I'm sad again. It's 'cause Robert Jordan. What was this made for?
So first time we went through this, you went on a bit of a rant
What was this made for?
about Galena and Tharava. Do you want to talk about that at all?
It's Robert Jordan grossly misunderstanding the BDSM community. Now listen, I am not a part of the BDSM community. I will say that up front. So what I am saying is secondhand knowledge, okay? So don't ever believe me on anything. Everything
Ever.
I say is secondhand knowledge. I'm an expert in fucking nothing. All right. Anyone who follows my advice is an asshole. So anyway, but that being said, I'm going to tell you how it is. So BDSM, right, is all about bondage, rough sex, that kind of thing.
You might even say it's about bondage, domination, and sadomasochism.
You might even say that. I wouldn't, because why would you? But
wasn't that what it stands for?
Yes, I was being dumb.
Oh,
now, continuing on, because Gus doesn't understand humor.
Oh, it's not. Bondage and discipline, dominance and submission, and sadomasochism.
Yeah.
I learned something new.
Gus,
Like
obviously,
we said, we don't know. Anyway.
We don't know. But consent, to my understanding, is very important in the BDSM community. Yes?
I assume.
I assume that's what I've been told, is that's like the whole thing. It's like very important that like it's consent all the way.
I believe that's why safe words exist. Yes.
Oh my God. We're of one mind. Marriage means that you meld brains into the same brain.
It's the law.
In two different bodies. It's true. Look it up. So, yeah. So I'm just like, he just went, all right, I'm going to take BDSM, misunderstand it entirely, make it all weird and titillating and put it in the book.
And that's really...
Now everyone's getting assaulted up in here. Okay. We've got Megan getting assaulted again. Megan. Mm-hmm. Alejandra. Multiple attempts on Fael. Apparently, like, there isn't a guy Shane woman in this camp who has not had some kind of like horrific attempt at sexual violence. To which I say, is it potentially, unfortunately, realistic in this kind of power dynamic that this might happen? Unfortunately, it is realistic that something like this would be happening. Do I want it to happen in a book that I'm not confident will handle it with the nuance that is needed? No.
So Galena and Tharava exist, and we're gonna just on that one. All right. And Savannah's in there, and she's got her tits out.
Robert does not understand kink stuff. Once again.
And
it's not my enjoyment. Okay, what's next? The way I'm sprawled out.
You are. You look very comfy.
I am completely without shit.
So Tharava's in there talking to Savannah, and Savannah's like, God damn, it's fucking early as shit. I haven't had breakfast yet. And Tharava is like,
Facts.
It is noon, you goddamn fucking millennials, and you got soft hands, Savannah. I just got done with a 49-hour unpaid shift of having my legs crushed in a hydraulic press. And you're in here telling me it's early and all right. Goddamn snowflake. Sorry.
Here's the thing. I
stole that from TikTok.
Here's the goddamn stupid thing. Okay? God damn it. I don't know why we let the morning people be in charge.
That's true.
And why
I was thinking about this today.
Why we decided that morality was tied up in when you wake up. Because here's what nature did. Nature was like, hey, humanity, I made it so some of you like to get up early and some of you like to stay up late. So there's always someone protecting the camp. Isn't that great? And then the morning people went, if you like to stay up late, you're a fucking dick.
Well, this is because it's
why did we do this?
I was up
stupid
until about 2:00, making this cake for you last night, and
it was so sweet.
And I woke up at
both you and the cake.
I woke up at like 8:30, and I was 10 o'clock or so, and I'd kind of gotten up and started doing my daily stuff after vegetating in bed for at least half an hour watching TikToks. And
Good for you.
And I was making coffee, and I'm like, God, I'm tired, but it's 10 o'clock. Oh, what is, like, come on. And I stopped, and I was like, okay, but if I were living on a quote-unquote traditional schedule, I would have gone to bed at like 9:30, and proportionally it would now be maybe 6:30. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel bad about being tired at 6:30.
Right.
So if I fell asleep at 2:30 and it is 10 a.m. and I've been up for an hour and a half, of course I'm tired.
Yeah, you just got up.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be
Doesn't matter
tired
that the sun's been up for a minute. We have electric lights.
Yeah.
I think it's the other thing is it's like, now you can stay up past sunset. Otherwise, we'd be going to sleep at 5 o'clock.
It's true. And then when would we get up?
You know, and I know you know this, but I guess it used to be that people would go to sleep when the sun went down and then wake up at like midnight, 1 a.m, and be up for like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
That is so cool. And then we fucked that with electrical lights.
We're so dumb.
I just think that's cool.
We ruin all of what's good. No, it's actually, I think we are getting better.
Oh, yeah.
But we need to have a conversation about shaming people for when they get up. It's stupid. It's stupid. Who cares? Here's the thing. Every time I meet a morning person, I want to throw up.
What?
Because I know what they're going to say to me, okay? And we need to stop doing this to people who don't like to wake up early. They go, oh, I love the morning. I can't believe you don't get up. God, I can't even imagine sleeping until 8 a.m. Oh, I can't even imagine sleeping until 9 a.m. If I don't see the sunrise, I feel like the whole day is ruined. I love the solitude of the morning and the sunrise and the sunrise and the solitude and the morning and the solitude and the coffee. And then I'm like, I have never been happy to see a sunrise in my life. If I have seen a sunrise, I am pissed.
More often, I have seen the sunrise, I feel like, because I stayed up too late.
Yes. That's what the sunset is for.
Yeah.
You get to see it, and it's the same. It's the same thing. I don't care. I love a sunset. Yes, beautiful. But if I'm up with the sunrise, I've fucked up somehow. One way or another. I've either stayed up too late or woken up too early. But either way, I'm pissed at myself.
Fair.
Oh, the sunrise. Fuck you and your sunrise.
What's funny because I sometimes do have to get up pretty early because also my job is a daytime job. So I just kind of get it on both ends a lot because I'm up late doing that.
Yeah, you get it on both ends.
No. All right. So
that's on the internet.
I was so
now.
nervous.
It's forever.
I made 2 different batches of chili. We're going to get back to the book eventually.
No,
but
we're not. We're done.
You know what you came here for.
We finished the book.
I made 2 batches of chili. One of them was with canned beans, and the other one was with dried kidney beans.
That is stressful.
And did you know that most raw beans are extremely poisonous?
To us?
Yes. You have to boil kidney beans for a while.
Really?
Yeah, not like canned. Canned is fine. But dried beans or raw beans, I mean.
Speaking of canned beans, every time we have canned beans, this cracks me up. We have this cat named Beaker who's incredibly loud.
Have you tangented off my tangent?
Mm-hmm. He gets extremely loud and incredibly close. Book title. And so he will come up to me when I'm opening beans. I have to watch the beans the entire time, or he will pop the lid open and steal beans out of the can.
Beaker does like beans.
Beaker loves beans. He's a freaking weirdo.
But I bring this up because I learned...
so kidney beans are poisonous.
Most, to my understanding, look this up for yourself, but I know kidney beans have a protein in them that you have to boil them for a while.
I want to know who is the person who's like, all right, so Paul died eating those, but let's try boiling them.
But I made a chili with dried pinto beans. And I had to brine them, and then I had to rinse them, and then I had boil them and then brine them and then rinse them and then cook them for an hour and a half. And some of them were still a little tiny bit al dente. And I was like, am I going to die?
No, not with
didn't.
a slightly al dente.
And then I was on TikTok, and I'm unfortunately getting these TikToks that are what are the most horrifying things that you know to be true? And my dumb ass always starts, that'll be fun to read at 11:45 at night. And one of them was...
You and me, we're the same.
One of them was kidney beans. Raw kidney beans are very poisonous. As few as 3 beans can be enough to cause severe harm.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I learned in the comments, they were like,
raw,
well,
though.
yeah, and they were like, well, they won't kill you. They will just make you violently expel them. Because I guess it's like some protein in them that you can't
Todd
digest.
In the corner.
Much like Todd. Anyway, we gotta wrap this shit up.
No, we're gonna record forever.
So Tharava's like, we need to how about we leave? How about we fucking leave? Maybe we should goddamn leave. Also, I hate you. And Savannah is like, why would we leave? We have a town. This shit is awesome. And Tharava's like, well, Rand al'Thor has a cajillion Aiel.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true.
we should fucking leave. And Savannah's like, but I have huge breasts.
And necklaces.
And
Don't
necklaces.
forget the necklaces. I hate her so much.
Savannah, eyes...
Wait. Okay, but here, first of all, we have ourselves like kind of a matriarchy, but like a shitty one. But then the wise ones are like, we're going to go get a guy to replace you. Well, because you're just standing in for Kool-Aid. Because this is a matriarchy.
Robert Jordan doesn't call it a matriarchy. You're just yelling at your TikTok commenters.
I'm just yelling
aren't
at my kid TikTok commenters. I really am. It's about like what would happen if women were in charge. Fuck.
So, yeah. Tharava's like, I hear you just trying to... Anyway, we don't need
That's
to
what
go
I
into all
sound
this.
like when that happens.
Apparently, a bunch of Sept Chiefs are still... Chiefs are still hitting their Narbaha.
Chiefs.
And Fail's like, Narbaha? Doesn't that mean dumb shit cube? Whatever. And a bunch of people keep swearing fealty to Fail. And they're like, oh yeah, we sent Benduin to go to Roydian. And Savannah starts crying and
yeah,
is mostly upset.
It's a matriarchy.
Now, Allie, what's the event of this chapter? Because we spend a long time just gabbing.
So here's the thing. All right, so Megan, I guess the Rava did something to her.
She paddled her ass and probably other things.
I don't think that's what happened.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it doesn't sound like that's what happened. It sounds like there was some assault going on, which feels great. And I really enjoy. And then we have the second thing. Oh, Leandra's definitely been assaulted. Great. Awesome. We love it. But then at some point, Roland came in and his friends, and they like kind of kept an eye on all the women. And Fail's like, I don't know if they're like fucking those dudes, but there's like a bunch of other women that are fucking the men that are like looking out for them for their protection. And I was like, that is bad.
Yes. That is also
the relationship dynamic there is really, really bad. That's a bad power dynamic. And we all need to acknowledge it. And I'm going to explode from rage. Just completely combust. It's going to be good. So then Roland, who I heard...
No, this isn't the event of the scene. You forgot. You skipped the event of the scene.
Oh, the weird...
No, not that
reality.
either.
What
is the major plot forwarding thing that is revealed to have happened off page as the result of the intervention of two characters we have never heard of before?
I actually scared the dog this time. Oh my God. Here's what the fuck happened. Okay, so sit down if you're not already sitting. And if you're sitting down, stand up. Because here's what happened. You fucks. All right, this is what happened. So we have been talking about this goddamn motherfucking oath rod for like a book and a half now. Okay? A book and a half. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these two random dudes come in and are like, hey, I heard that the women were going to get some agency over their plot. So we off page put a stop to that, of course. And they brought the oath rod.
Yeah, they have it now.
What the fuck?
You could argue
No.
that Fail's strength here is that she has attracted dozens of people to her following. By her natural leadership skills.
No.
I just had to say it.
No.
I don't argue that myself.
No.
I just said you could argue. She's bopping me with a slipper very gently.
No. bad. Don't even do that devil's advocate shit. I'll devil's advocate your behind.
I say it here.
Sorry, that was a little harder than I meant.
I say it here so they don't say it on TikTok.
They'll say it on TikTok anyway.
I know, they will say it on TikTok anyway.
God, I hate it. I hate it. Sorry, but I hate it. I'm mad. I'm actively mad that this happened. Because, okay, maybe it would be one thing if we knew these people at all, or if we saw it. Oh my God, could you imagine if we saw it?
That'd be pretty cool.
But instead we get Savannah looking at her boobies. You gotta be
There is a
shitting
whole
me,
passage
Robert.
about how she gets up in the morning and then just dresses
Robert
herself in jewelry.
Is trolling me at this point. You are shitting me, Robert. Harriet, where are you? Come get your man, Harriet.
So, I mean, any thoughts about any of the so far? Like, there's
well, I might if I had seen it.
There's this wise one comes up and is like, "Hey, shit, fuck, how you doing?
Nobody.
Tell me everything
knows
Savannah said," and she
the
relays
scenes
it.
that I've seen.
And then the world rings like a gong.
Nobody
Allie, it
knows.
feels like they're vibrating apart on a molecular level, and then it stops. And then they're like, "That was fucked up."
Vibrate their ass on a molecular level.
Any thoughts on the vibrating apart on a molecular level?
Such a bubble of evil.
It is yes, and it's unconnected to the wind apparently.
So we just got a fart and a weird vibrator.
Yep.
In one scene.
Yeah.
It happens. So here's my thing. But it's a matriarchy. Okay, but we're going to take the agency away from the women in the same chapter that we're going to say all of them in some way have been victims of sexual assault. Cool.
Do you miss?
Who can I write a letter to?
Do you miss? Ghosts.
Girl. Wait, what?
I can't restart it from the middle. I'd have to play the whole thing again.
Absolutely can. Ready?
Yeah, it's got to start from the beginning. You. All right, so, yeah, we meet. The world vibrates for a minute and then it stops.
Yeah, it's because I'm so mad that the women didn't get to take the oath rod back.
It was you dropping the book, is what the vibrations were.
Put the book in the freezer.
And then Aleandra's getting beaten every day, and whatever. Everybody's having a terrible time, and Aravine is like, "Hey, check it out! Guess who came in clutch like we always knew they would? Alvin and Theral."
Who?
Alvin and Theral.
I'm grumpy.
The fucking goats, the OGs, the legends. Alvin and Theral.
We couldn't even just have them be random women. No. Of course, they had to be random dudes.
One of these. Fuck yeah. For Alvin and for Theral, standing ovation. You know what else? They get this. Okay. All right. I forgot that I couldn't stop that one. That was terrifying for a second. All right. Now it's just going to play silently in the background.
They get alum.
I'm going to let it run for just a second.
Alum.
In the background.
Call 1-800-ALUM. TOWN.
Alvin
Alumtown.
sounds a lot like alum.
Alumtown, Pennsylvania. That's right. Alum. You don't miss out on this alumni sale. Call 1-800-ALUM. POUNDTOWN. That's right. Alum Pound Town. We're gonna pound your alum straight up your butt. We're just really rocking with alum because he's rocking with us.
So yeah, they have the oath rod, and then he gives her the oath rod, and then Roland shows up and is like, "Hey, sugar lips."
This absolute goddamn ass
which
face.
is just how I assume he talks.
I want him dead so bad.
Give me the rundown.
All right, here's what happens. After the creepy massage that he gave her, when he could have brought her, I don't know, a blanket. Fucking weirdo. All right, so here's what happened. This ass face comes up to Fail, and he's like, your protection's going to leave. I'm thinking about hitting at the road, going back to the threefold lands, because this shit's starting to get a little fucked up. And I'm like, yeah, you are part of the problem, you absolute ass face. Oh. And then he goes, I might take you with me because, you know, what happens in white, you don't got to fight.
That's good.
You know what they say? What happens when you're a guy, Shane? We ain't got no shame.
That's good too.
Yeah. You know what they say? What happens this year and a day won't affect your marriage. No way.
And Fail's like, no, dude, I like my husband, especially the way he treats Manetheren, the fact that he cares so deeply. You all right? I got you with that one? Are you okay?
God damn it, guys. God damn it. I just I forgot how to breathe. I just swallowed my own spit.
You don't want to do that.
Oh, that was good. That was rich. That was pretty funny, guys. Good job. You almost killed your wife.
So what does he say after this, Sally?
He's like, all right, I'm going to go to the threefold lands. You want to take me? That's fine. You don't want to go. I'll just drop you off on the way. And she's like, you waited that long and scared me that badly as a captive who has nearly been assaulted more than once and has had her friends get assaulted. You're going to dangle my feelings in front of me like that? You're a dick. And then he laughs at her, Gus. He laughs at her. And to that I say, I hope your head is rolling.
Yeah, we discussed that it seems like we might...
Off your shoulders.
Like, I hate this dude.
I hate this dude.
There are people...
He, Talonvor, and Arganda are all up there for me.
I hate this guy.
I hate this guy so much. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. This is how I feel. That TikTok
by the way,
sound. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
He's
and you're
tucking
like, that's
flowers
too
into her
damn
hair.
bad.
He's tucking flowers into her
keep
hair while they're
digging.
talking.
I hope this guy dies. I hope Fael kills him. Because I know it's going to be Perrin. Because masculinity or whatever. But I wish it were Fael. But I want Fael to kill them all.
And that's basically the end of chapter 5.
And while he's dead, can we also kill Talonvor and Arganda as well?
I would not be opposed.
Oh my god.
Arganda's just doing his job. He's just annoying.
What? Oh my god, Arganda's annoying. I hate him. I hate him.
Here's the thing. That's the end of...
I feel like
yeah.
all of the TikTok comments that I hate, they're all just Talonvors, Rolands, or Argandas.
That's pretty funny.
Am I wrong? Like, they all have that kind of personality of like, just so you know, here's something you already know. It's okay. Most of my TikTok comments are wonderful. Just every now and then there's one where I'm like, what?
Allie, any thoughts on these two
Wheel
chapters?
of Time isn't about trauma. What are you talking about? Oh, it's about my trauma.
Any thoughts, reflecting thoughts on these two chapters apart from...
grumpy.
Oh, look, they're in the rearview mirror now? Are you dissociating again?
I'm dissociating.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We have social media. If you want to know what we've got going on, it's linked down below.
I'm a blobfish.
We also have a Patreon. If you want to support us that way, it's patreon.com/wheeltakes, and you can always
make
leave
it
us
out
a
to
rating
pain and suffering.
and a review, which helps a lot. Other than that, anything else?
Okay, so all these people are going to be like, oh no, Allie hates... Let me go on my journey. My God.
You're all very kind.
You're so nice. I really like all of you so much, except for the people who are mean, which are very few and far between.
Yeah.
But those of you who are kind, don't worry your little cutie patootie faces. I will be back and I will be so excited soon, I'm sure. But right now, there's just been a bit of a dry spell in this marriage we call reading. And I need to feel the passion again. I need to feel the love. I will
tell you,
like there isn't some kind of like awkward fumbling about.
Though I have been down on Knife of Dreams in the past, a lot of shit happens in this book, and it's a lot of interesting, fun shit. You look like you don't believe me. We will reignite this. I
think the book and we need to go dancing again. We need to date each other once more. We need to make coquettish glances at each other over a candlelit dinner. I just feel like right now we're going through the motions, you know? We're like, it is the wheel of time, but where's the spark? Where's the dazzle? Where's the love?
Thanks for listening, everyone.
What's wrong with this book, Mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. Feel like the whole book's addicted to the trauma.
What are you doing?
Do you not know this song?
No.
By the Black Eyed Peas?
I don't know shit. I know Carly Rae Jepsen, that's it.
All right, well, people killing, people dying, children hurting, hear them crying. And you practice what you preach, and turn the other cheek. Father, Father, Jordan, help us. Send some guidance from above. People got me questioning. And it's not just my sexuality.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
You don't get a bye from me.
Thank you again for listening. This was Wheel Takes with Ali and Gus. Music by Alexander Nakarada.